There's a spiritual battle going on that we can't see and we're not meant to see. But Daniel gets a little glimpse into this, and it frightened him, but he got explanation from God what was going on. And a lot of it's about the end times. So here in Daniel chapter 10, it's just an amazing thing. Let's look at the scripture right now and let's see what happened. So in the 3rd year of Cyrus, king of Persia, a word was revealed to Daniel, who was named Belteshazzar. And the word was true, and it was a great conflict. And he understood the word and had understanding of the vision. How? By the Lord. And in those days, I, Daniel, was mourning for 3 weeks. I ate no delicacies, no meat or wine entered my mouth, nor did I anoint myself at all for the full 3 weeks. And on the 24th day of this first month, as I was standing on the bank of the great river, that is the Tigris, and I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a man clothed in linen with a belt of fine gold of Uphaz around his waist. That could be Jesus, because the gold in the book of Revelation, it says in Revelation 1 that he has a gold sash around him. The sash is like this waist belt. That's what the high priest had. It was a red one that the high priest had, but here you see gold. And it says his body was like beryl, and his face was like the appearance of lightning, and his eyes were like flaming torches. His arms and legs were the gleam of burnished bronze, and the sound of his words were like the sound of a multitude. And this looks a lot like what John saw in the book of Revelation when he was describing Jesus, right? And I, Daniel, alone saw the vision, for the men who were with me did not see the vision, but a great trembling fell upon them. Remember Paul on the road to Damascus? He saw Jesus, and the ones around him freaked out, and they ran for their lives, right? And it says, and they fled to hide themselves, but I was left alone and saw the great vision, and no strength was left in me. My radiant appearance was fearfully changed, and I retained no strength. And I heard the sound of his words, and as I heard the sound of his words, I fell on my face in deep sleep with my face to the ground. Wow. As if dead, right? That's how it is when people come into the presence of the Lord. And behold, a hand touched me and set me trembling on my hands and knees. And he said to me, O Daniel, man greatly loved, understand the words that I speak to you, and stand upright, for now I have been sent to you. And when he had spoken this word to me, I stood up trembling. Then he said to me, Fear not, Daniel, for from the first day that you set your heart to understand and humbled yourself before your God, your words have been heard, and I have come because of your words. The prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days, but Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me. So this is not the Son of God, because this is another angel, because Michael, the chief angel, had to come and help him with this prince of Persia, which is a picture of either Satan or is one of his demons, right? So he withstood me for 21 days, but Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, right? The archangel came to help me, for I was left there with the kings of Persia, and came to make you understand what is to happen to your people in the latter days. To whose people? To Daniel's people. What will happen to your people in the latter days? Who's that? Israel. This is about Israel now, very clearly. Now, what Daniel could have seen up here before this angel was with him, he may have had a vision of the Lord himself as he fell down, face down, because he describes him the same way John described Jesus in the book of Revelation. And then it was the angel who came and helped him out and explained to him what was going on. So here in 15 it says, when he had spoken to me according to these words, I turned my face toward the ground and was mute. And behold, one, here he is again, one in the likeness of the children of man, or the Son of Man, right, touched my lips. And then I opened my mouth and spoke, and I said to him and stood before me, "Oh, my Lord, my reason of the visions have come upon me, and I retain no strength. How can my Lord's servant talk with my Lord? For now no strength remains in me, and no breath is left in me." Wow. This is Jesus in the Old Testament, I believe. "Again, one having the appearance of a man touched me and strengthened me. And he said to me, 'O man, greatly loved,'" greatly loved. You know, you're also greatly loved by God. "Fear not, peace be with you. Be strong and of good courage." And as he spoke to me, I was strengthened and said, "Let my Lord speak, for you have strengthened me." So he keeps calling him Lord. He's not corrected by an angel saying, "I'm not the Lord." He just keeps calling him Lord. And then he said to me, "Do you know why I have come to you? But now I will return to fight against the prince of Persia. And when I go out, behold, the prince of Greece will come. But I will tell you what is inscribed in the book of truth. There is none who contends by my side against these except Michael, your prince." So he's the prince who watches over this archangel Michael, over the people Israel.